Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Atma Occult. Today we will be discussing the upcoming full moon in BHARANI Nakshatra, which is offering everyone the opportunity to participate in the trial of divine justice and contribute to the establishment of cosmic order.
Before we get into why this is the case and what else this full moon might mean for you and the world, be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and download our new 2026 Chandra Gochara Deepika, a moon transit guide based on 3 verses from the Brihat Samhita, which is a classical text on Vedic astrology, to help you understand the transits of the moon in your birth chart from your natal moon sign. This is for every single day of 2026. It's free to download. Just follow the link in the description of this video and download your copy today.
So we are looking at the placement of the full moon in BHARANI Nakshatra on Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. And in order to find out more about what this full moon will bring, we're looking at the placement of all the other planets from the moon at this time. Before we get into the placements of the other planets from the moon on this day, we can also note that this is an extremely special full moon. This full moon is referred to as Kartika Purnima in classical Vedic texts and marks the victory of Shiva over a powerful group of demons. This day is considered to be extremely auspicious, especially for spiritual activities and philanthropy.
So, the moon on this day is going to be in the sign of Aries, which is a fire sign ruled by Mars. And it represents the original first house of the primordial zodiac, which is a Dharma house, or a house of duty and correct behavior. The sign of Aries is connected with themes related to physical activity, independence, and aggression. It also gives people a tendency to act impulsively and make bold decisions which pave the way for others to follow.
The lord of this sign is Mars, and Mars goes to the 8th house from the moon, showing that this full moon is a time for deep inner transformation and research into occult and mystical subjects or hidden knowledge of any kind. Mars in Anuradha Nakshatra can signify memories coming up from the past, from past experiences, which shaped who we are today, and the need to let go of those long lost experiences and relationships to become who we need to be in the future. Mars is also conjunct Mercury, who is the 6th lord in this chart, placed in the 8th house. This forms a Vipreet Raj Yoga, showing that the difficulties we have to go through in order to undergo this transformation lead to positive outcomes. However, Mercury here is in an enemy sign conjunct his enemy Mars, so communication may be very difficult at this time. This is also a time to be very careful when driving or engaging in athletic activities, because Aries, the sign of Scorpio, and the 8th house all signify a risk of accidents.
So the full moon taking place in BHARANI Nakshatra draws our attention to responsibilities, restrictions, and burdens which have to be borne in order to bring our positive future into the world. BHARANI Nakshatra is associated with themes related to divine justice, karmic reckoning, death, rebirth, and redemption. Saturn in the 12th house from the moon can also signify issues coming up from the past which need our attention. However, Jupiter is in the fourth house, aspecting both Saturn and this difficult conjunction between Mars and Mercury in the eighth house. This tells us that even if there are difficult situations or psychological experiences coming up during this full moon, the ultimate outcomes will be positive. Jupiter here in Punarvasu Nakshatra is symbolized by an arrow ready to be released from a bow. This symbolism echoes the story associated with Kartika Purnima of Shiva releasing a divine weapon from a bow at a powerful city created by demons to restore balance in the cosmic order.
All of these factors tell us that humanity as a whole is ready for balance to be restored. New projects or initiatives may be launched or released to the world which will help this destiny unfold. This unfolding of destiny will be to the detriment of materialistic forces. On the world stage, this can indicate continued discourse and deliberation on the many controversial issues which we face in our societies today, and more specifically, what should be done about them so that we can feel that justice has been served. On another note, nations which were involved in international conflicts which have been paused are currently strategizing aggressively behind the scenes to figure out how they will reignite those conflicts in the near future. Most of the international conflicts which have been paused will be reignited.
In our individual lives, this full moon can signify a turning point in our relationship with struggle, where we come to a place of acceptance with what has to be done in order to make our lives what we want them to be. This may seem like an extremely subtle shift. However, it will make a world of difference in our internal state. What once seemed like it was unattainable and relegated to the realm of fantasy will now be objectively attainable. By accepting the burden of bringing this reality into the world, we experience a kind of deep liberation from the suffering of thinking that it will never happen.
So there you have it. This was our interpretation of what this full moon in BHARANI Nakshatra means for you and the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and because you want to know when we're going live, because if you're ever with us when we're live, we will take some questions and comments, so don't miss out. And always leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you.